So I'm Lacey Clifton. My business is Chickadita. I'm an expert in the field of dynamic media use in social media marketing, social presence, and collaborative knowledge construction via social systems. All of this is just a fancy way of saying social media. I've implemented social media and search engine optimization strategies for everything from little itty bitty startups to nonprofits and global corporations. My objective today is to enable you to make informed decisions on which hashtags to use, how to find mention tags, when to use hashtags or mention tags, how many to use, and the types of content you want to share with your tags. So I'm going to start with the hashtag. I get asked a lot, what is a hashtag? When I do workshops on general social media, people will come up to me prior to the workshop and ask me, what is a hashtag? Because they're almost embarrassed to say it in front of the group. So a hashtag, in its simplest idea, is a way to link ideas together on social media. You add the pound symbol to a word or a group of words to create a hyperlink to other tweets or posts about the same thing. The hashtag stays within the platform you are using. So for example, if I were to use a hashtag in a tweet, the tweet would stay on Twitter and other things that would come up with it would all stay on Twitter. So my example here is, I love Mika and Sumisaki. These are my two cats. Hashtag I love cats. So I've taken 3 words, I've squished them together without any spaces, and that creates the hashtag. The hashtag then turns into a hyperlink, that's why it's blue here, that becomes clickable so that someone can leave this post and go into a stream of other posts that all relate to the same hashtag. Everyone would be using hashtag I love cats in the posts that it finds. Some hashtag best practices. You want to, again, group words together with no spaces or punctuation. Instagram has information posted about how some hashtags work with emojis, but the data doesn't really support that they work very well. So don't use any punctuation, don't worry about emojis, just use a word or a group of words together with no spaces. And then you want to use hashtags that others are following and using. So for example, hashtag social media marketing or hashtag SEO are both used by others and are followed heavily. So I can get new traffic from either one. Someone could be on a different post and click on hashtag SEO, and they could come to a stream where my post with hashtag SEO also is, and they can come through from the hashtag to my business page. The goal with hashtags is to bring traffic in. You want to look for mid-range hashtags. So for example, too few would be hashtag Chickadita. It would work for my business, but no one is really looking for it, so it won't bring in any new traffic. If I were to use hashtag Chickadita on everything, I'm the only one that would be using it. So the only information anybody would have would be bouncing back and forth between my posts. The goal is to use things that other people are using to bring traffic in. An example of too many would be hashtag love. It has billions of posts, which means the moment you post something, there are thousands and thousands on top of it, and no one will have a chance to see your post with hashtag love. Hashtag love has been the #1 hashtag for the last 2 years. Going into what would be just right would be something like hashtag I love cats. It's niche optimized and has thousands of followers. There are people who are following hashtag I love cats, and so they would, again, they would see other posts with hashtag I love cats, and they would fall in and see my post with the same thing, and they could come through to my page or my profile. With hashtags, capitalization doesn't matter. It's all about being reader friendly. Your hashtags can go in line with the text or at the bottom of the text. It doesn't matter as far as working the algorithm goes. All that matters is that you make your hashtags reader friendly so that you don't turn people off to your content. So the example I have at the bottom is my hashtag SEO tip of the day. Start with your top 10 keywords, and when you get to the top, add more. Hashtag direct marketing, hashtag SEM. And SEM is search engine marketing. Those are four hashtags that are all being used heavily by others, but they're not too big that my post wouldn't be seen. And I've put two hashtags in line. Hashtag SEO and hashtag keywords are in line with the text and they don't disrupt reading it. I could read it clearly by saying my SEO tip of the day, start with 10 top keywords, and when you get to the top, add more. It doesn't interrupt the eye or the brain to see those hashtags in line with the text. But something like direct marketing and SEM, it's better to put those at the bottom because they didn't fit in line with the text. And you can mix it up, you can do both, you can do one, you can do the other. With hashtags, you don't want to use too many, it turns readers off. There are studies that show the best number of hashtags to use is 8 on Instagram, 3 on Facebook, 2 on LinkedIn, and only 1 on Twitter. Always research your hashtag first. When I talk about researching a hashtag, there are lots of ways to research it. Remember, hashtags can be used by anyone. They almost have a life of their own. For example, hashtag before and after was used by makeup artists and plastic surgeons. Soon it was starting to be used by people to show flipped houses. If I'm a surgeon, I don't want my post mixed in between pictures of houses. Other examples would be hashtag awesome or hashtag POS. I used to work for a point of sale company and they did software for cash registers, which is called point of sale. In the industry, its nickname is POS, but hashtag POS does not mean point of sale. It means piece of, not nice word. So I would not want to use hashtag POS on posts that are for point of sale. And when I went to get a screenshot of examples, I saw there was another company that was making the same mistake. They were using POS for point of sale, but then they're in this stream of really negative, nasty posts of people complaining about things. And that's not where you want to be seen. The other one here I have as the example is hashtag awesome. Hashtag awesome gets abused by the pornography industry of all things. And so you don't want your post to fall in line with these other really nasty posts that you don't want to be affiliated with. So it's really, really important that you investigate your hashtag first. Places that you can research your hashtag include tagsfinder.com, hashtagify.me, righttag.com, and of course Google. Now Google is always going to be free for research. These other ones have certain features available for free, but all three of them will generally try to get you to convert and become a paid customer. I just use the free products and the free pieces of information that I can get. And the other thing that I do is I look in the platform I intend to use it on. So if I'm going to use a hashtag in Instagram, I will search that hashtag in Instagram to make sure that it's appropriate for what I'm posting. With that, many of the platforms will actually give you statistics with the search result. So if I put in hashtag inside of Instagram, it will come back with a stream of posts with similar information, and sometimes it will show you how many people are searching or using this hashtag at any given time. So you can get a little bit of data from the platform itself. Mention tags are sometimes also called an @ tag because it uses the @ symbol to mention someone. It's a way to call someone out by their business name or their personal name by using their user handle. You can get someone's user handle by looking in the URL bar. The mention tag creates a hyperlink just like a hashtag. but this time the hyperlink goes to the user, not a stream of posts. So if you were to say hashtag, or not, sorry, hashtag, if you were to say @tag Chickadita, it will create a hyperlink to my business page, and more importantly, it gives me a notification that you are talking about my business page. Similarly, if you used @LaceyClifton, it will create a hyperlink to my personal profile, but it will only work if we are friends or connected in some way, and it will also give me a notification. Now, when I say connected in some way, what I mean is if I were in a group with you and I were to make a comment on something and you wanted to leave a comment on something, you could then @tag Lacey Clifton because we are connected by both commenting on the same post, and we don't have to be friends in order for you to tag me. There just has to be some sort of association or affiliation between what you're doing and what I'm doing in order for you to tag a human being. The business pages are always public, so anyone can tag any business page at any time. And again, it will always give a notification that you are talking about the business, which is really important for this. Creating a mention tag uses, again, the @ symbol. In order to create a mention tag, you'll use the @ symbol and start typing the user's handle. A pop-up will appear with businesses or people with a name that starts with your letters. You then click on the one you want. So if I were to start typing Chickadita and I did @CHI, it might pop up with options like Chicago or Chicago Bulls. But if I were to keep going, CHICADI, it's going to go, oh, you're typing Chickadita, and it will pop up with that option. If you're ever having trouble tagging a business, make sure that you are following them. If you're following them, they will usually show up first. Some best practices. Remember that the goal is to get other businesses to like or share your post for their followers to see. That's the big key. If I mention someone and they like it, comment on it, or share it, their fans see it. So if I were to tag a nonprofit with thousands and thousands of fans, and that nonprofit clicked like on the post, their fans, their thousands and thousands of fans have the opportunity to see it. And that's huge. So you want to look for businesses and nonprofits with bigger audiences, and more importantly, your niche audience. I like to use nonprofits because you can use them in local, regional areas, and you can go ahead and connect with other people who are in your region that you are marketing to. In order to mention tag someone, I keep saying their user handle. You can look up the user handle in the URL bar. So I have in the picture here, facebook.com/Chickadita. That Chickadita is my user handle. And you can always find out what someone's user handle is by looking in your URL bar. And remember to like or follow the business before tagging them to bring them up faster. Other best practices, say positive things when you use a mention tag. Don't give a sales pitch when you give a mention tag, because remember, you want the business that you mention to click like, comment, or share your post so that their followers see it. Hashtags versus mention tags. Now that you've learned about hashtags and mention tags, I want to talk a little bit about the differences and similarities between the two. They both create a hyperlink, but a hashtag links to a stream of similar posts, whereas a mention tag links directly to the user mentioned. A hashtag, its goal is to bring in traffic based on the other uses of the tag. You're going to get people that are also using the same tag or researching other posts with the same tag, and you're going to bring them in. With mention tags, it notifies the user that you are talking about them. And if the user engages, their followers see your post to increase the reach of your post. And lastly, some types of content to share. With hashtags, ideas relating to the content. So if my hashtag is I love cats, I want to share something about cats. I also can share events, news, and local information. Local hashtags are great. Hashtag slow, hashtag Paso Robles, hashtag 5 cities. Those kinds of things will put your post in front of a local audience. So it's a great opportunity to share local information. With mention tags, the best use of them is to say something like thank you, or to feature their product or service. So if you were to mention tag a nonprofit, you might mention some of the work that they do. You could say like Woods Humane Society and feature their pet of the week. And so, hey, this is a great opportunity for people to adopt a cat or a dog. Here's the Woods Humane Society pet of the week. And so featuring their product or their service is a great way to get them to click like, comment, or share. You can also share special events or news with mention tags as well, because it gives you an opportunity to talk about what's happening with another business. Oh, hey, did you hear at tag such and such business is having a grand opening this weekend? It's an opportunity, again, to say something nice about the business to get them to click like, comment, or share.